What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you guys with another Atlanta Falcons video. Today's video, I'd like to give you guys some Atlanta Falcons news. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content or NFL content. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, today in Atlanta Falcons news, former Atlanta Falcons safety Keanu Neal has announced his retirement. So I just want to give hats off to Keanu Neal on a great career in the NFL. He's 29 years old, so he's still fairly young. Keanu Neal did have a ton of injuries, some huge injuries, a torn ACL, I believe, here in Atlanta, and also, I believe, a torn Achilles, if I'm not mistaken, in back-to-back seasons. But he was one of those guys in 2016 when we drafted him in the first round out of Florida. That was one of those guys that was a hit man, a guy that was, huge part of that defense in 2016 when we went to the Super Bowl. Him being a rookie in that season and stepping right in out of Florida and being one of those guys that played under Dan Quinn both in college and then turned around and was drafted by Dan Quinn. But he was one of those guys that I think is one of the biggest what if type stories in the NFL of what if he never got hurt? Could he possibly have been like a Hall of Fame type player? I really feel like before he got injured, he was one of those guys similar to a Steve Atwater, similar to a Cam Chancellor, with his ability to put fear in opposing wide receivers and fear in opposing offensive players with the way that he was able to move laterally, his ability to hit guys all across the field, and his relentless mentality. So I definitely think that Keanu Neal, like I said, had a really good career, minus the injuries. But I definitely think that he's one of the biggest what if stories in the NFL. But this one to give him his flowers, because I do believe that he's one of those guys that was an instrumental piece for that team that went to the Super Bowl in 2016. Should have won the Super Bowl, but he definitely was one of those guys that I remember as probably one of the best safeties in Atlanta Falcons history, especially just with his ability to not only cover, his ability to move sideline to sideline, be a box linebacker, be one of those guys that was one of the hardest hitters in the league, didn't miss a ton of tackles, but was one of those guys that was a tone setter. And I really feel like every NFL team, you need that guy to be a tone setter, especially in the secondary in today's game, because they've taken a lot of the physicality out of the game. I really feel like Keanu Neal was one of those guys who made a lot of form tackles, didn't use his helmet for, a lot of helmet to helmet. He was one of those guys that understood the game, was like an old school player playing in today's time. So I definitely want to take hats off to him and his family, wish him nothing but the best moving forward in his next chapter of his career and things of that nature. But with that being said, you guys give me your thoughts on Keanu Neal announcing his retirement today. Like I stated, he is one of my favorite Falcon players from that 2016 team, just for his ability to be aggressive, his ability to set the tone and things of that nature on the defensive side of the ball and playing the game the way it should be played. So with that being said, I have a lot more content coming for you guys. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed. Peace.